What is up, guys? It is your boy Snow here, bringing you another gameplay video. In the background, what you guys are seeing is some Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay, and it has to deal with today's video. But first, I wanted to state that I'm sorry for my last video, how the quality wasn't that great. I forgot to install the latest drivers on my graphics card, so my graphics card wasn't working. So it basically rendered out all CPU, and there was no actual graphics rendering. This video, I have all my settings back to the way they were, so this video should, turn out good. Anyways, the graphics quality, even though it is Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts doesn't have the greatest graphics, it still should look good, and the videos from now on still should look good. But today we're going to go over things that Call of Duty Ghosts did do right. There isn't a lot here, but I did want to go over this since Infinity Ward is bringing out the next title. I wanted to basically showcase you guys what Call of Duty Ghosts did do right. These are my own personal opinions. I do have valid statements. I think a lot of these you will also agree with too. So we'll start off with campaign. Now, for me, the campaign was very, very good. I loved the campaign, especially the storyline. The storyline could be true. I mean, it could be true this day. How, I don't know if you guys remember the storyline, but basically this superpower, went and nuked out every single power plant on the grid and caused a huge nuclear fallout throughout the world. That's basically how the gameplay is started. Like, this huge superpower decided to bomb all these power plants or all these nuclear facilities and cause a nuclear fallout and cause all chaos. That is the main subject of this, campaign. I thought that was very, very true. They kept that, pretty close to reality, because the reality is that shit could happen any single day. Like, anytime, any place. Nuclear power plants are a number one, target for enemies. Now, also along with that, it left us with characters getting that we got attached to. In Black Ops 3, I didn't see any characters that I really got attached to. Same thing with Advanced Warfare. There wasn't really any characters I actually got attached to. In Call of Duty Ghosts, though, I forget the character's name, but basically at the end of Call of Duty Ghosts, we kill Rourke and everything, or we think we kill Rourke, and then next thing you know, our friend gets dragged off at the very end of the game, at the very end of the campaign, and Rourke looks like he's alive at the time. I'd like to know what happens to Rourke, honestly, and that's one thing that keeps Call of Duty campaigns going is, what happens next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen to this character? How are they going to follow up in the next game? Doesn't look like we're going to get that in Infinite Warfare. But maybe later on in the future, they'll pick this game back up after, the Ghost title itself doesn't look so bad, because that's the main problem, is the Call of Duty Ghosts title just looks bad. If they were to come out with Call of Duty Ghosts 2, it would instantly hit 2 million dislikes just because it has Ghost in the title. Sorry about this, I'm having some mic issues. But now we'll go on with multiplayer. The first and major thing is boots on the ground. We have boots on the ground. Now, it did take you a while to run across map, I will state that, but the past couple games, Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 2, boots haven't completely been on the ground, and this is one next-gen Call of Duty this is the only next-gen Call of Duty, actually, that still has boots on the ground, which everybody loves. Everybody wants it back. I think if they were to bring Ghosts 2 back, same maps, same everything, just take out the bullshit, maybe make the maps a little bit smaller, it would be a great game. I really think this game is like the Modern Warfare series, just more modernized. They tried introducing new mechanics, contextual lean, bigger maps, stuff like that. but it just didn't work. You know, it was a good try on their part, but it didn't work. Now we'll go to guns. The guns looked real. I thought, in my opinion, the guns looked real. The Vector CRB is an actual gun, produced by the British military. You got the Remington R5 assault rifle, which is just like the AR-15 that troops use now. The Honey Badger. You had the AK-47. You know, all these guns. What was it? The 44 Magnums. All these guns are real. You know, we can relate to them in real life. That's one thing that they did good. Uh, Also, how the guns felt and how the guns shot. I liked how the guns sounded. Even though the silencer sounded the same on every single gun, it seemed like, but the actual guns had their each individual sound, and they sounded decent. They sounded like they packed a punch. Like the Vector, especially the Remington. The Remington shook in your hands, and it felt like you had a dominant assault rifle in your hands. That's one major thing I loved about this game. Most of the multiplayer was slow, but one thing it did lead to was very strategic search and destroy. The search and destroy was very strategic in this game, and that's what I liked about having large maps in this game was the search and destroy and search and rescue. It led to very strategic gameplays, pushing as teams, stuff like that. You couldn't just go out solo because you died so quick. Going on to dying so quick, the reason is we died so quick is because the connection was so good and so dominant. There was barely any lag compensation. And you can tell by that by if you didn't have good connection, you lagged. Like you were running in place, you were running into walls, you were doing stuff like that on a 3 bar, on a 2 bar, on a 1 bar. In Black Ops 3 or Advanced Warfare, if you're on a 2 bar and 3 bar, you don't do that, all right? And that's because there's lag compensation, so people with bad internet don't get discriminated against with people with good internet. Um, but I still liked how the connection was just so strong, so overpowered. That led to very little, gunfight bullshit. Shooting somebody and they're shooting at you, and you get outgunned. Meanwhile, you shot first. Like that will never happen in this game. Another thing was, the specialist streak. They brought back the specialist streak from the Modern Warfare series. Specialist streak, I mean, was great. We all love the specialist streak. Once you get your specialist bonus, it's like you are a warrior. You are a god amongst soldiers whenever you have your specialist streak open. Especially in this game because specialists, I mean, you had so many different perks to run that in your specialist bonus, you could run just about every overpowered perk there was. So something like Deadeye, which gave you extra bonus every other bullet, was very crucial to having your specialist streak. And then we got the Chem Strike. The Chem Strike was a very good idea, other than it left a smoky haze around the map. It didn't. It just left this really dark, gloomy, haze along the map, and the maps were already dark and gloomy to begin with, so it kind of made it like impossible to drop like double chems, triple chems, quad chems, stuff like that, because you couldn't really see the enemy at a distance. And then they did a new innovative thing, and that was search and rescue. Search and rescue was very innovative. This was the first game that they announced search and rescue, and I can remember the actual trailer for search and rescue, and it looked freaking sick. And it was a very good game mode. It was actually my most played game mode, or public game mode, in Call of Duty Ghosts. Me, Buckeye DeVito, and It's Me Biggie used to play day in and day out search and rescue. That was all we freaking played. And then we'll go on to a DLC. This is our last subject, and they pounded us with DLC. Infinity Ward did a great job with DLC. It was something that everybody could buy. I actually, whenever I went to re-download this game, I was looking at all the DLC and realized that there is over $200 worth of DLC in this game, all $1.99. All $1.99 to like $3.99 for the Ripper and the Maverick and stuff like that. So, I mean, the DLC was great. Overall, I think this game was a pretty good game, other than for some of the bullshit here and there. But hey, there were boots on the ground, and that's all I freaking care about. If you liked the video and liked what I had to say and liked my opinions, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next gameplay. Peace out, guys.